With a new round comes a new opponent. We have made it now 3 rounds deep in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Our next foe in this run that we are currently on is the New York Islanders. And this is those New York Islanders, led on points and goals by Michael Grabner, an 82 overall right-wing sniper, 26 years old. That's Michael Grabner. Franz Nielsen, John Tavares, still an Islander, of course, in 2014, as you would expect him to be. He's right up there in the production, and so on down the list we go. This Islanders team, pretty unchanged. I think was Ferentz ever really an Islander? I don't recall. I don't know if Ferentz was... Did they trade for Ferentz? I think they traded for Ferentz. So Ferentz is definitely a new face on this squad. But there is the entire Islanders team and what they did so far through 12 games in the playoffs. Obviously, some of these guys, like Bailey, has played 8 games, so they must have a few injuries in there. But through 12 games in the postseason, 2 rounds, that's what the Islanders have done. Their goaltending, it is split by Rick DiPietro. Rick DiPietro is getting it done, man. He has a sub-2 GAA and a 93.26 save percentage. How about that contract? Let me see it. 4 years at $4.5 million remaining to year 2000, first overall draft pick. And obviously, in the real world, a well-known draft bust. Poulin has gotten in there for 1 game played. How many shots faced? Shots against, 26 shots faced for Poulin. I don't know for what reason he got in there. Maybe DiPietro just had a bum start. But anyway, it doesn't matter. DiPietro has appeared in all 12 games that the Islanders have played. So he has started and appeared in every single game. He is not a problem for them in the net. So in the Eastern Conference, they finished in the regular season with 104 points. They were one of the top 3 teams in the East. We finished just below them, by the way, with 102 points, so it only makes sense, I guess, that the both of us would be meeting right here in the 3rd round. We were both 47-win teams. We lost 2 more games in regulation than they did. They lost 2 more games in overtime than we did. I mean, on paper, basically, it looks like these 2 teams are almost the same type of squad. Goals for per game. We had the better, they had the better goals for per game. They were scoring 2.8, while we scored 2.5 goals per game average. The goals against average also in favor of the Islanders ever so slightly with a 2.39. We rocked a 2.50 in the regular season, but the power play numbers, they have the better power play on paper, but in reality, is that going to check out here in the postseason and in this next round? The PK very similar between these 2 squads as well in the regular season, as we killed off 84% of our penalties that we took, and the Islanders did 82%. So this would be regular season last 10, so I don't think any of this stuff is relevant. Here's the home and road records from the regular season. Take from this what you will. Both teams obviously very strong. It doesn't matter where these 2 teams play. They're both equally strong. Should be a really tight series, down to the wire. Could go 7. And this is, just so it's in the video, this is the Islanders as they line up. So this is how they line up. John Tavares, first line center, no surprises there. Matt Molson, first line left wing. Okposo, first line right wing. Where is where's Grabner? Ooh, Grabner might be injured. I gotta look into that because I didn't do that with the Detroit Red Wings. So they may be missing Grabner. That's a key injury going into this 3rd round series. There's the back end, just so it's on the screen and everybody can look at it and reference this. There's the power play, if you want to look at the power play for the Islanders, minus Michael Grabner. I mean, we looked at the goaltender situation. Obviously, Rick DiPietro is going to be the number 1 guy in the net for the Islanders. Oh, they have multiple injuries. Grabner is still being evaluated, so he must have just got injured at the end of that playoff round. Whoever they just played. Didn't they just play the Rangers? So he must have gotten injured in that series against the Rangers. Karkner is going to be coming back. I have no read on how good Karkner is, and I can't see that from the screen. Also, Hamonic or Hamonic? I'm going to go with Hamonic. I've heard both of those. I'm not sure which one he prefers, but he is obviously out with a lingering concussion, not returning until May 20th, so he could be back in due time for this series, at least in the later stages of this series, should it go that far. Taking the ice for round 3, Eastern Conference Final, Game 1, at the not-so-friendly confines of the Nassau Coliseum. There he is right there, number 91, John Tavares. You don't know it yet, but you will soon become a great enemy of the New York Islanders. But for right now, he is all that they can cheer for as the number 1 center of these New York Islanders. How about that? Rick DiPietro is still rocking the pads in the goal crease. Those are some old school power pads as well that he had on there as Matt Duchene wins the opening draw. We're going for it in Game 1, Round 3. Honestly, can't believe that this team got here because I feel like getting to the 3rd round is a bit of an overachievement for this team. But maybe you could say the same thing for the New York Islanders. Were we expecting the Islanders? Wow. I thought Duchene was going to score that goal, but he left it there for Rene Bourque, and we have the lead on a nice move by Matt Duchene that was fortunate for Rene Bourque. He just stole it off of Duchene. He said, you know what, here, I'll have this goal. Don't mind me. Or maybe Duchene did just kind of slide it along the ice there to him. And Rick DiPietro, maybe he is a big bust. That is brutal. To give up the first goal of the game on the first shot that you see. We haven't played even barely 45 seconds into this game. The Canadiens have grabbed the early advantage, like I mentioned, on the first play of the game for the Canadiens. And now Gallagher, poke check, it's behind DiPietro. We're out here dangling and dingling and dongling. And we almost dongled the puck right into the back of the net there with Brendan Gallagher. Off to a promising start in this one. You haven't heard the last of PK Subban. 5 goals in, what was that, 13 games? Is that what it said up there? Something like that, 13-something games. It's just been an unbelievable postseason run for PK Subban. While we're on the subject of defensemen, by the way, I have some mildly grim news that I didn't show in the intro. Hold on. I didn't show it in the intro. Duchene, and it funnels back on off the side of the net here. Battle for it ensues in the corner against Ferentz. The puck is going to be out to center ice. I'm going to touch on my not so great news on the defensive side of the puck for the Canadiens now, okay? So Jordan Leopold, injured in the last game. He was injured in Game 7, not available in the lineup tonight. In his place is is it Francis? Is that his first name? Francis Bouillon. There he is. Bouillon gets into the lineup. And so he's going to be playing 3rd pairing minutes for this Canadiens team. Not a big deal. We'll find out soon enough how long Leopold is missing for. Kind of a tough injury, actually, missing Leopold. He was a good piece for us on our blue line on this run so far. Hopefully it's not a long-term injury. We've got a good med staff on this Canadiens team. We're pressuring Hickey all the way back into the zone. But Canada's not too far up because they're going to make that big stretch pass, and we need people back defensively responsible. And yes, the Islanders, we saw it in the intro. No Michael Grabner, the leading point getter and goal scorer for the New York Islanders to this point in the playoffs. Windmill move by Gallagher. Sends it down low for Giunta. Giunta bump move to the inside. Shoots. Glove save. Knocked down right there by Rick DiPietro. It'll be saved in the goal crease. Good effort from all the lines that the Canadiens have put on the ice so far in this game. Good pace of play. We're in control. We haven't seen from PK Subban offensively yet in this game. I know we've played just 5 minutes, but he's about to get on the ice. And hopefully he can terrorize plenty of Rick DiPietro in this series. The objective here is simply win it back to Subban. We didn't even win the faceoff at all. It didn't even look like there was an attempt to win the faceoff. from the center. Lars Eller on this as his third line takes the ice here, getting an important shift in the D zone. That was saved by Carey Price. What does Carey Price have against this Islanders team? He's been put to a big test right now. Got to defend that front of the net. No. You can just stay right in front of the net, Subban. Defend the front of the net. It's going to be out to center ice, away from LaRose, but most importantly, it's back behind the blue line. The Islanders must reset to get the puck going forward again. And they do. They find Bailey. Bailey throws it on the backhand. Odd rebound handled with care by Markov. Banked off the boards. Brandon Prust. Spinorama drop pass. Unconventional, but I kind of like it. Clutterbuck around the other side. Prust just got to run down the wall. Power move to the net on DiPietro. Subban poke it forward. Get back on defensive position. Good play by Subban just to keep play alive for the Canadiens, but it's brought away. This is Nielsen. He's going to be hip checked into. That'll force the puck further into the zone behind Price. Battle going after it. And that'll be back to the point. We got to block that. It was blocked by Georges. He was stung by it. And Georges wraps it along the boards. We believed that out of the last game, I believed it would be Josh Georges that would have been the injured defenseman. But no, it's Jordan Leopold that was the injured defenseman for Montreal. Oh, Ferentz had a good play with the stick there to create the turnover. He goes rink wide, but Nielsen is in fact offside. Oh my God. This is one of those games where I need a water. I can tell. I need a water right now, and I may have to get one at the intermission. I'm not going to pause it now. I'll try to play out the first period, but then I desperately need a water or a drink of some sort. I actually have this. I bought this stuff in the store. It's this Japanese sparkling water, and that sounds very delicious right now, actually. See, now I can tell I'm getting old now. I actually like sparkling water. It's very good, very hydrating, and I need hydration right now. Someone want to just get on the boards in general. That's got to be the rule of thumb. Get the puck out of the zone. Good pressure on Wisnowski. He's going to push it up the boards. We've got to send that back in. Good play. Pacioretty at a battle against Wisnowski. Duchesne back up top. That was in the feet of Diaz. Tough play for everybody all around on the rink there. Tavares on the wing dumps it in. That'll be a line change for the Islanders. When they do that, we can take our time with it. Bork a head-man patch for Duchesne. Duchesne had to do a deke. He was going to be run into. And I was optimistic that Duchesne could do a deke that would get us out of trouble. Oh no, George is in trouble right now. Behind the net, this is Cizikas. Is that? Yes, Cizikas, a longtime Islander, still with the Islanders to this day, wearing his number 53, as he's well known for. That's why Bo Horvat, when he came to the Islanders, he's not wearing his number 53 because of Cizikas. So until Cizikas goes anywhere, I would assume Bo Horvat will not be wearing his number 53. There's Cizikas there on the bench. We got a good close-up look at Cizikas. And here's his chance on the net, handled by the blocker of Carey Price. Oh, this is a tough game for me on the commentary front right now. Oh my God. I can only give descriptions of how I feel. I feel dehydrated and tired. My commentary, for me personally, it feels slow. That was a goofy sequence, but okay, there it is. Subban's going to be covered. We didn't even pass the Subban. That was such a bad pass. So we'll collect it here, get out of the way. Oh my God, the forecheckers. I was trying to go behind the net to buy myself some time, and I didn't get any time. Markov laying the boom, but he didn't have the puck. I don't know how that isn't a penalty. No, you don't. Really well defended by Markov. Now Eller, side of the net. We don't want to have a Markov situation from the Columbus series where we scored on our own net. That was so stupid when that happened. And oddly enough, Markov is on the ice in this situation, but he's not the one that had possession. What the hell happened to McDonald? Oh, what a poke check by DiPietro. I can't believe I had a breakaway with Lars Eller. I went full silent mode on that one. I had to focus, and it didn't matter. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a penalty where he slashed Wisnowski in the face. Which would be called a high stick, basically. It's a high stick. Right there, it was going to be a little love tap. I don't even buy that it didn't look like the stick blade came close to his face, so I'm not even buying that penalty to begin with, but anyway. 2 minutes in the box. A big surprise that we would be the first ones to take a penalty in this series. And I hope Bouillon's ready, because Bouillon has to be on the PK here. He's working with Georges, so this would be, I would guess this is my second deep here on the PK. I have to get the puck out. I'm not trying to pass it, I want to flip it. And I want to flip it with controls, and we did a great job flipping it with control. But this is really big when you're killing a penalty. That'll work. Yo, Placanitz, he comes away with it. He does not have it anymore. That was tough because the whole time I was trying to do something with the puck, I was getting nudged the whole time, so it was very hard to actually do it deep. I had the puck off of Molson, but a big save on the back door. Who was standing there wide open, unguarded? Was that Okposo? It was. That was Kyle Okposo, who looked for a long time to get it done with the Islanders in the real world before eventually, obviously, he ended up on that Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers team. Which is, in this game world, doesn't matter. It does not apply. It is not relevant. But, yeah, he was a long-time Islander, and then finally got it done. That hit the crossbar, by the way. But at least it looked like it hit the joint where the crossbar and the post come together behind Carey Price there. Dumped in. I'm gonna chop at this. This is not a controlled play, but I'm gonna chop at it, and you see why it's not a controlled play. It still went back to the Islanders, but we can get back into our what looks to be a box formation on the penalty kill. Typically, I like. Oh yes, Yemelin. That was me. Did you see how I planted myself perfectly in front of the net there with Yemelin to defend that? I'm gonna defend with Yemelin again. Ball robbery by Price, and he brings out the best of the glove on that save. Sometimes you just gotta let Carey Price see it. What a stop. What a snag by number 31 in the goal crease. This needs to be a replay. Oh my God. Oh my days, what a save. Didn't hang him out to dry on that. I kind of just didn't want to be in the way. I just didn't want to screen Carey Price so he can make the save. That's going to be an insta shot. Eller's now out of the box, and he is free to collect this puck. We're going to just dump it in. And it was a weird dump in, but it works out. Go on the other side, Eller. We're going to run into an Islanders player. It'll be Matt Molson. We barely did anything to Matt Molson with that body collision. Behind the net, it will go. Yes, it will. Duchesne throwing toward the net, blocked before it could get there. Good pressure on Tavares. He goes rink wide for Ferentz. Ferentz is going to send it back across to his D partner. That'll be Hickey. Back up to Ferentz. I can't believe there's a guy with the last name Hickey. But we'll get it across rink here. Bork, we got to dump this in, Rene. We will. Into the glove of DiPietro. Oh, my hands locked up on that one, and we could have had the puck right there. DiPietro almost gave us a free goal. Oh. Well, Desharnais tried. He did. He put it on the net. It was a save by DiPietro. It was a weird shot because we did a one-handed puck shield before I shot it. We'll get the icing touch. We might get a replay as well of Desharnais' blast into the offensive zone on that turnover. Or was did that come off? That came off a turnover, didn't it? I think it did. 38.5, and I can finally get a refreshment. Oh, big rebound. I wanted a PK Subban shot in this first period. We got one there, and they go offside. I was going to say, just seal them off on the zone entry in this period clean. No penalties, no goals against. Just basically, ideally, win this face-off, push it into the attacking zone, and get a shot on goal. Even better than that if we can score. Well, we're not going to score, but I set up Rene Bork on the back door. Try it again with Duchesne. I'm going to try it. There's 3.6 seconds. It's really irrelevant. I could pull the goaltender here, but I don't think it matters. Well, we didn't even win the face-off. Just push that puck along. That'll be the period right there. And like I said, I can finally get that refreshment. Oh my, that sparkling water is delicious. It is so nice to at least have had something to drink between periods. You know, even me as a commentator, I gotta hydrate as well. You know, it's not just the players, I got to as well. And I'll tell you this. This is totally off topic from the game at hand. What the hell? What? Well, the puck went out of play off the side of the net. I don't know what was going on there. Keep Subban and the first pair on the ice. Yeah, that'll be fine. We'll put the second line on the ice as well. But I'll tell you that this is irrelevant to the video, but I have some delicious garlic Parmesan chicken wings cooking in my oven right now, and I went in the kitchen and it just, oh my God, Gianta, I set him up for that one. Oh, I couldn't do it. But the wings, they smell so good. when I went in there. I'm looking forward to eating those after completing this gameplay, because I also, not only do I need to drink, I need to eat. And I need to feast. We need to be feasting on these Islanders as Canadiens. Well, that's going to be a penalty for board. Oh, I think I got away with that. Oh, my. Tapped on and saved by Price. That's got to be sent out. All right, so Giunta, you can do it again. Giunta. Oh, nice. Oh, nice move by Giunta. Just couldn't get the goal. Pacioretty kicking it back for Yemlin. Ooh, we're onside. Yemlin with a big rip, but the big blast was wide of the net. Duchesne slides it along the ice, and DiPietro would be wise to cover. What an strange sequence for the Canadiens on that possession. It all started with the Giunta. Yes, yeah, Giunta made that one move. He made a couple of moves, and that's the replay that we get. To be fair, though, that was one-on-one. Nielsen against Price. Price won that battle. I guess you could call that a battle. He won that opportunity. He won that save opportunity against Nielsen. We got possession here with Gagne. I haven't seen much from Simon Gagne. I haven't seen much from him in this playoffs. I mean, to be fair, he's just basically a role player on the third line for us. I'm trying to dump this in. I want to gain the red line and just dump it in. Let the forwards go get after it. We have someone ran into DiPietro. I was expecting a big penalty coming up there. Big hit coming up on Okposo. It's a good turnover. So if I draw, never mind. I was going to do a drop pass, but my teammate didn't do what I wanted him to do. Gagne got dropped. Oh, Bouillon. Bouillon got to come back here and chase this down. Probably just trying to be slightly too clever with it. So again, dump it in. I believe we're not changing. No, we did change because Ryan White has entered the playing surface. And have we seen a lot from Ryan White in this postseason? He's been an integral part of the Canadiens team on this run. He's on the ice here. We got to get him the puck. Now he's going to feed it along for Desharnais. Desharnais, drop pass. Yep. Yeah! And we stay with the play and we score. Brandon Prust on the assist from Ryan White. And the Canadiens extend the lead to 2-0. How about the seeing eye pass from White? Look at this. Boom. Shot, save, rebound, second chance, and he buries it. Right past DiPietro. He was sliding along the goal crease. Look at all the time that DiPietro had to recover as well before Prust finally scored. That was a nice goal. Beautifully set up as well off the drop pass to White, and he made a cross-seam pass as well to set up Prust on his initial shot, and Prust stayed with his initial attempt to get his second chance opportunity to go in. Canadiens up to a 2-0 advantage on the scoreboard. It could mean nothing in the grand scheme of things as far as this game is concerned. What? Why did he do a reverse dump? Why did he dump it backward? I'm dumbfounded right now. I've never seen that happen in this game ever. I've seen the horizontal dump play where I try to dump it in and it goes horizontally, but to literally turn around and dump it backwards into your own end? Is this reverse psychology hockey tactics? What the hell was that? Well, we're getting it out behind the blue line for the time being. Ryan White back out there. I mean, I might have to consider the way White has played this postseason. He may have to go up to the first line, or not the first line, the second line or third line. He's on, because isn't he a fourth? He's on the fourth line with Desharnais. Just missed a pass for Pacioretty. Wisnowski should touch this for icing. I can forgive you of missing that pass for icing, but there he is. I mean, he's been a huge piece of this Canadiens team. Got to think about giving him a little more ice time. I'm thinking second line could be a good place to put him should someone else on the second. Oh, there's a goal. Just an instant goal from Kyle Okposo. And the Islanders are on the board in Game 1. Well, I mean, that was pretty bang-bang as well. The pass, well, the puck back at the point and the pass across into the high slot area for what was basically a quick one-timer. You knew that Carey Price couldn't stay perfect for forever in this series. It wasn't. I don't expect Price to come in here and put shutouts on the board. If he does, it's just a bonus. It's a cherry on top type thing. He'll shut other teams down, but I don't need him to fully shut them down to a point of getting a shutout on a nightly basis here in the postseason. Now that's a bad thing. That pass deflected. George's drops pretty early, but they missed the pass anyway across on the pass from Molson. Deflection in. Price would be wise. Just take a face-off here. Believe that your teammates can help you out, win a face-off, get it out of the zone. We got some extra stuff going on after the whistle, but it's not gotten too chippy just yet. It's game one. These two teams, they have plenty of time to learn to hate each other if they don't already. But I wouldn't imagine that there should be too much hate between the Canadiens and the Islanders. Now, this is a dump-in opportunity. We've been dumping the puck in a lot more in this game, and I think it's really been actually largely effective against the Islanders. That was a bad pass. LaRose to the inside. LaRose gets a flubby shot off, but it works because the possession is still in the Islanders zone here. Eller, I want a teammate to work with. I see one behind the net. LaRose taking in front on the backhand, off the pad. Go get after it. Yes, LaRose is a chippy little player. He's a busy worker bee out here for the Islanders, or for the Canadiens. I don't know why I said Islanders. I'm so focused on just trying not to lose possession of the puck. That's my main thing. Dished off on the wing. Prust back for Eller. I was trying to go to White. That's why I was so fixated on Ryan White. And we almost had possession again on a weird deflection pass as the Islanders tried to come out of their own zone. They're in their own way right now in this game. That'll be a dump in for the Islanders. We run all over McDonald. Hickey. I think, is that Hickey? Who wears 13 on the New York Islanders? Oh my God, what a toe drag move. Oh, that was a great play by Desharnais. Did you see the dekes, the handles? I love when I can play with that kind of confidence. Clutterbuck will handle. Just retired in real life, did Cal Clutterbuck. And that guy played for forever. It felt like he hung around a little bit longer than maybe he should have. I mean that with respect to Cal Clutterbuck. Prust shot off the rush there. It'll be handled as it was shot right into the breadbasket of Rick DiPietro. Man, I get out of breath so quickly with these commentaries. It makes you wonder, man, how do people call hockey in the real world, man? How do they call a real game? It happens so quickly. Pretty tough when you got to call the game, talk about what's going on the ice, keep it interesting, and play the gameplay all at the same time. There's that PK Subban shot we've been looking for so much in this game. They have pretty much neutralized PK Subban in this game. Not just in the sense that he hasn't scored a goal or contributed offensively, but he just hasn't really been noticeable in any way offensively in this game so far. A couple of shots toward the net, but other than that, he has been, for the most part, neutralized by the Islanders. It's a good thing we have other people that can step up. So that we'll dump that in. We'll get a face-off that'll allow us to potentially make a change if we want to. I'm going to go second line, and the PK Subban pair can stay on the ice. That'll be my first pair on defense. But Subban is showing up in other ways. The physical game, that is Matt Martin, and that is not just any regular guy getting bowled over right there. That is a boulder of a man that PK Subban ran into. Goodness, I burped. I burped during that line of commentary. So the sparkling water making me burp a little bit. Oh God, Subban. Oh, that was to be fair. That was just to begin with. That was a difficult handle. We've been running into these Islanders right at the blue line, every single play, and that was just such an awkward exchange between players for the Islanders. There, Finley is pressured. Okposo cutting back in the neutral ice. He's going to eventually look to dump this in. I'm ready for the dump in. I'm just sitting right here with Markov. Oh, get up there, Subban. Uh-oh. We created a tiny odd man situation. Tavares with one hand sweeps it away. LaRose, you don't have to do fancy handle work, but you can if you feel like it. I'm going to poke check at that. Stick lift at Ferentz. Pressure him up the boards. That's an icing. Yes, it is. We got to touch it first, but we do get the icing. 2 to go in the second period of play. Clinging on to this 1-goal advantage we have right now. Like I said, we just keep stepping right. They skate right up to that blue line, and we keep stepping right up on that blue line. I got my first pair out here. Duchesne wins it. Pacioretty, there's a goal. That's a backbreaker goal. Late in the period, Pacioretty against the grain has sniped the Canadiens to a 3-1 advantage right off the faceoff. Clean win by Matt Duchesne. Kind of how you draw it up. just want to win that face-off and get that instantaneous shot. We had a little bit of lateral movement with Pacioretty as well. Like I said, he shot against the grain. He's moving one way and he shoots back the opposite way from where he came from on that face-off opportunity. Huge goal. Not insurmountable for the Islanders here. Two-goal lead, not impossible to come back from at all. We saw that from the Columbus Blue Jackets, that they're a team that were very capable. This Islanders team will definitely be very capable of doing similar things. Oh my, it went right into the goal crease of DiPietro. Rene Bourque was having some thoughts about poking away at it. Hickey says, not so fast. I got to get familiar with the jersey numbers on these Islanders players. I know Hickey is 14. It's been a while since I've seen this brand of New York Islanders hockey. All right, let me see here. Duchesne, back down low. We love that behind the net setup. It's been bailing us out all night. Duchesne, up top. No, I'm just going to go between these two defenders, and I'll try to stick with it. Yep, Duchesne, back up top. Well, that was supposed to go up top, but it's okay because we're still in the zone here. Bourque, shot. It blocked on the way in. Duchesne, some last-second magic from Duchesne. Over the net. Shoot it from the goal line. Okay, that's fine. And that'll be the horn. The goal from Pacioretty, that was more than we needed, really. We didn't need to get another goal there at the end, but I would have happily taken it. We got to come out, keep our focus in the third period. We cannot get off our game. I've had no complaints. This has been a hard-working game for the Canadiens. Both teams have really had to work hard to get their goals in this one. I imagine it's going to stay the same way in the third period of play. Like I said, let's not lose our focus on this one. Here we go. Third period of play. The Islanders fans, they don't look really into this game right now. There's one guy that's just got his hand on his head down there in the crowd. Yeah, this has been a miserable first game of this Eastern Conference Series for these Islanders. Oh, my God. Whoa. That's dumping off the stanchion. That's a set play. I wish we could have got to that. Could you imagine if we had an assist off of that play? I've scored a goal, by the way, off the stanchion in the Washington Capitals series. We scored a goal, literally shot it off the stanchion. It was a game that was played in Anaheim, and that's how we got it. Oh, my God. Woo! Oh, Pacioretty. He tried to... that was an accident. I pressed the button that starts a fight, and Pacioretty tried to start a fight with Okposo. That spin move was nasty by Pacioretty. He pulled that off to perfection. He could have even shot the puck, but he passed it off to Matt Duchesne. Oh my God, I'm in trouble here. Thank you, Gianta, bailing me out. Still in trouble. Gianta's now in trouble. The puck has launched itself free to Franzen. Or Nielsen, rather. Franzen to Red Wings. What a toe drag move by Gallagher in his D zone. Can we do another one? Plekanec. Oh my God, no way he shot that on the net. Oh, I'm getting really confident with the Deeks. I tell you, I'm starting to really feel it with the Deeks. I've got that rhythm and flow, baby. Sting like a butterfly. Sting like a butterfly. Fly like a butterfly. Sting like a bee. I mean, you can try to sting like a butterfly if you want to. If you're Simone Gagne, you can sting like a butterfly if you had scored that goal. Fly like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Is there more to that sentence? Is there more to that saying? Carey Price, oh my God. I'm just gonna try to dump this in. Just gain the red line, dump it in. Or shoot it off the stanchion. Create a very unorthodox assist off the stanchion there. We keep stepping right up to him on that blue line, and they don't have any choice but to dump it in. I gotta say this, for having the AI strategy adjustment turned way up, that was some moves. But I'm doing Deeks with Prust of all players. That's how good I'm feeling this game right now. I'm not saying that's how good I am, but that's how much I'm feeling this game. Look at these. Look at this. The flow is off the chart right now. It is unbelievable how good I feel about this game. Oh, it's never played so well before in my life. Nice setup to Brandon Prust. You didn't need anything complex there. That's just a simple shot on goal after Duchesne kept it in the zone. If this could be a very, if I can dangle like this and we can keep this up, this could be a very short best-of-7 series. But I don't want to get far ahead of myself because, number one, Game 1 has not even been won yet. I'm acting as if we've won this game. Every time I shoot with Subban, it seems like it's a shot that's low to the pad. It almost seems deliberately so to be that way, but it's not. But that just seems to be what Subban likes to do. Shoot low to the pad, create a rebound. Which is all good and well, but you got to get on top of those rebounds eventually. Well, they missed the net a good chunk of times there. Again, this is a dump in, but this is going to be a flip dump. And that will take an unpredictable bounce off the end boards. If we could have been quick into the zone on our own dump in and chased it down, we could have gotten right to our own dump in there. I'm going to just saucer that along the boards. That's clean for Ryan White. Oh, man. I just got to... I don't have to dangle every time up the rink, but you can't tell me that right now. Cross corner it goes. Markov. I'm going to settle this. And then, again, bank it. Just a little out of reach for Ryan White, but the Islanders bring it in offside. That'll be the first line for us, at least. They've tried that kind of play a few times. I think both times they've done that, it's been a Poso. I don't remember. They have set up a similar play like that earlier in the game, right in front of Price, and it was a tap-in. Well, if there's any one guy that can deke, it would be Duchesne. And, of course, Duchesne doesn't do the deke. But Brandon Prust in this game probably would have done that deke there. So this is a time to just skate it in with the defenseman. Now we have Duchesne. Cutback move. I'm looking to the point, but it'll get deflected before the pass could even get there. Oh, Pacioretty, that was tough. That was a really awkward reception of the pass. And Blake Como will go around the boards. We're going to send it right in the middle. Pacioretty does get the one-timer off. The puck is poke free. Both of us are chasing this guy down. This guy being McDonald. Ferentz will go... Okay, that was a risky pass to Clutterbuck. I was wondering who the hell was he passing to. Now Franz Nielsen is laid into. Not a penalty. If we hit him into the boards like that, definitely a penalty. But that was clean. You got to have your head up on that play if you're Franz Nielsen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh. No way that worked. Oh, Diaz, he gave his best effort. Not bad for a defenseman. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, well, Matt Martin put his best effort on 5-hole there. That was a lucky breakaway. But of all players for the Islanders to get a breakaway, Matt Martin. No disrespect intended to Matt Martin, but hardly known for his hands. Yep, we're a one-man show here with Gagne. We just got to get it into the zone. I tried my best to do what I could with that possession. This is just right now. This is just about killing time off the clock. It's just get through the last 6.5 minutes of this game. Get through it clean. We got a 2-goal advantage that we're currently defending. So just that's the main thing that we need to focus on. Obviously, we are encouraged by the fact that we have Carey Price in our goal crease, and as well as by the fact that we're a pretty disciplined team at the moment. We're kind of doing a box plus one thing. It's nice because if I grab the center, it's easy to kind of work with the. Oh, that was a bad drop pass. I'll take responsibility for that. But if I take control of the center and I work with the AIs, at 5-on-5, they generally do a good job of keeping a box formation. And then I can just kind of grab a center and I can do like, he can play in the middle of the box or he can go toward the top of the box when the puck is at the point and we can have like a box plus one setup. I'm getting way too technically strategic here with my discussion, but it's just an interesting observation that I can work with the AI depending on what the setup is. So I'm going to pull this back with the Emelin. You know, we got all those guys going to the net. Did you really get scored on? I was just shooting that for a rebound. Goodness gracious. That went in 5-hole from the blue line. I was just trying to shoot for a rebound. I said before it went in, I was saying, we got all these guys crashing the net. We could just shoot it to the net, try to create a second chance opportunity. I don't need one because Rick DiPietro is a freaking sieve. That shouldn't go in, but that's why Rick DiPietro. He is a bust, true to life in this game and in the real world. True to life bust. All right, the last thing I need is Ryan White getting injured. God, that was bad. It was a bad spinorama. But when you're up 4-1 now we're up 4-1. You can kind of do whatever you want. It's nice because you do feel that you have the luxury. With a 3-goal lead, we can kind of open it up a little bit now. We can experiment with a few things. We can make a few mistakes. Ideally, I mean, Price isn't going to want to get scored on, and I don't want to see Price get scored on again in this game. That's a bad AI. That's a total AI penalty. Diaz for tripping. AI controlled Diaz as well for tripping. But with 2 minutes to go in the game, unless the Islanders score instantaneously on this power play, do they really have a chance at erasing a 3-goal deficit? I mean, crazy things can happen sometimes. This sport is wild, man. But I wouldn't, take a loan out of the bank and bet on it. A loan out of the bank for betting. But let's see what we can do here with Duchesne. Like I said, we have the luxury to try and score a highlight reel goal. I'll take that. I kind of messed up the second part of that move. This is purely for me. I can get cute with it. And I feel like getting cute with it. It's been a night to forget for Rick DiPietro. It really has been. And now we've got the Britney Spears Toxic playing over the PA, but it's in the style of Deftones. It actually made that song listenable for me, so I like Britney Spears Toxic as long as it's performed in the style of the Deftones. Can we shoot? There we go. Every shot we take now, we're starting to help out Rick DiPietro's save percentage because he's making saves on these ones. I don't want to fight Tavares, and I don't think you want to fight either. Just save it for game 2. You know what I can't stand? I can't stand that the Islanders goalies, they still got the navy color scheme, because the Islanders used to wear navy blue before they switched back to their original jerseys, which have more of a closer to a royal blue color, a lighter shade of blue. I'll put it that way. And the goalies in this game, their pads have the old navy blue, but their jerseys are a brighter shade of blue. And it's just really annoying. I don't know. It's just one of those things that annoys me about this game. That's by default. I'm sure that you could go in if you really wanted to, and you could change the goalie pad colors so you can make it more immersive for yourself. But anyway, how do you miss that? Oh, that's a tough play for Subban. Tough play for Subban. Not that tough. I was going to try to do a deke because I'm like, well, if Subban's going to score here, he needs to do a fancy move just to top that whole play off. He kept it onside and held possession of it. And he's run into Tyler Kennedy? I think that's Tyler Kennedy. Oh my God, Tavares has been sat down. This has been a physical game for the Canadiens. That's the Bash brothers by the side of the board there. Rough night for the Islanders all the way around. And they are going to take the loss. I don't have a whole lot else to say. There's nothing really that needs to be said about this game. It was just come in on the road in a Eastern Conference Final Series, Game 1. Just play a good road game. We did our job. Can't complain with that. We had a couple of nice goals in this one as well. I mean, nothing really extremely fancy, but this was just a really well-played game for us as the Canadiens. We just need to build on this. We stole a game on the road. Job done. I don't know that the Islanders, with DiPietro playing like this, I don't know that they are going to go on to the Stanley Cup final.